In Skyrim, factions are not just clubs or organisations. They are entire worlds that players step into. The Companions promise honour, the College of Winterhold offers knowledge, the Dark Brotherhood whispers of murder and fate. But no faction embodies the art of deception, secrecy, and manipulation quite like the Thieves Guild. Hidden in the damp sewers of Riften, the guild is not only a collection of criminals but a shadow empire, controlling smuggling routes, extorting businesses, and bending the will of an entire city. While other factions in Skyrim draw their strength from tradition, honour, or divine power, the Thieves Guild thrives on something more insidious: fear and influence. It is for these reasons, their underhanded methods, their systematic corruption, and their ability to remain hidden in plain sight, that the Thieves Guild earns the title as the most problematic faction in all of Skyrim. Riften itself sets the stage for the Thieves Guild's dominance. The city is the most corrupt in Skyrim, a place where guards look the other way for coin, where the Jarl's court is heavily influenced by Maven Blackbriar, and where ordinary citizens live in constant fear of extortion. Unlike Solitude, which radiates stability, or Whiterun, which acts as a neutral heart of Skyrim, Riften is rotting from the inside. Its marketplace bustles with trade, but behind every stall lies an unspoken truth. The guild controls what happens here. This atmosphere of moral decay makes Riften the perfect home for the Thieves Guild. It's not that the guild simply operates within Riften. It owns it, directly and indirectly. No other faction is so thoroughly tied to the corruption of an entire city. The Thieves Guild thrives on secrecy. Its base of operations is the Ragged Flagon, buried beneath the city in a maze of sewers and canals called the Ratway. To even reach the guild, the Dragonborn must navigate through thieves, cutthroats, and drunks, symbolising how the path into the guild itself is a descent into the underworld. The Ragged Flagon is more than just a hideout. It's a shadow economy. Smugglers, informants, fencers, and mercenaries gather here, away from the prying eyes of the surface. It is a city beneath a city, where coin changes hands, contracts are made, and lives are ruined without ever touching the daylight. This hidden structure makes the guild different from other factions. The Companions proudly train. The college towers visibly over Winterhold. The Dark Brotherhood hides its base, yes, but even it lacks the sense of an underground society that the guild embodies. The Thieves Guild's environment screams secrecy, deception, and a life lived in the shadows. Perhaps the most devious aspects of the Thieves Guild is not its heists or burglaries, but its quiet grip on the lives of ordinary citizens. Through intimidation and extortion, the guild forces Riften's shopkeepers to pay protection money. At first glance, these may seem like small operations. Lean on a blacksmith, rough up a merchant, smash a few items in someone's stall. But the larger picture reveals a system of fear. Every shopkeeper in Riften knows that the guild can ruin them at any time. Even when Maven Blackbriar isn't directly mentioned, her shadow looms behind every transaction. Unlike the Dark Brotherhood, which kills targets in secret, or the Companions who take contracts for glory, the Thieves Guild thrives on systematic oppression. Their crimes are not spectacular, but mundane. Woven into daily life, that is what makes them so insidious. They turn crime into governance. The most devious part of the Thieves Guild is not its members in the Ratway, but its patron, Maven Blackbriar. Maven is not officially part of the guild, yet she is the beating heart of it. She bankrolls in its operation, shields it from legal consequences, and leverages it for her own personal empire. The guards in Riften answer to her more than to the Jarl. Even the Guildmaster, once restored, works under her thumb. This is what sets the Thieves Guild apart from other factions. No matter how far you rise in its ranks, you are never truly in control. The Dark Brotherhood makes you a listener. The college names you Archmage. But the Thieves Guild, you are just Maven's servant. This dynamic makes the faction particularly devious. It is not about personal empowerment, but submission to a crime lord who embodies corruption at its highest level. Maven is the spider at the centre of the web, and everyone else, Dragonborn included, dances on her strings. Joining the Thieves Guild is unlike joining other factions. While the companions in college welcome you with rituals and traditions, the Thieves Guild tests you through manipulation and crime. You are asked to bully shopkeepers, sabotage livelihoods, and betray trust before you are even considered. This initiation is telling. The guild doesn't want heroes or seekers of knowledge. It wants people willing to do whatever it takes for coin, no matter the cost to others. By forcing the Dragonborn into petty, moral, dubious acts right from the start, the guild establishes its problematic nature immediately. The deeper the player goes, the more the jobs reflect large-scale manipulation, forging documents, framing innocence, breaking alliances. It is not about violence, but control, about pulling strings and ensuring others dance to your will. One of the guild's most interesting aspects is its narrative arc. When you first encounter them, they are in a decline, their influence waning, their numbers shrinking, their enemies emboldened. The streets of Riften whisper about their weaknesses, and many citizens believe the guild's reign is over. But through the Dragonborn's action, the guild rises again, reclaiming power not just in Riften, but across Skyrim as well. Gold flows back into the coffers, influence spreads, and the guild reasserts itself as a shadow empire. This fall and rise structure highlights the guild's adaptability. Unlike the Dark Brotherhood, which collapses entirely in Skyrim, the Thieves Guild thrives in the endgame, re-establishing itself as a major force. This resilience is part of what makes them devious. No matter how far they fall, they find a way to claw back to power, using lies, deals, and betrayals. While the Thieves Guild operates as a collective, it is ultimately an extension of the Blackbriar family. Maven's control ensures that her descendants and allies benefit from the guild's dominance. In this way, the guild becomes less about thievery and more about dynasty, ensuring that corruption is passed down like a crown. This fusion of organised crime and noble family legacy makes the guild particularly unsettling. It is not just random theft, but institutionalized corruption. It blurs the line between criminal underworld and legitimate power, showing how deeply the shadows can intertwine with Skyrim's political landscape. When compared to Skyrim's other factions, the Thieves Guild stands apart in its problems. The Companions, honourable mercenaries bound by tradition. Their secret is more curse than scheme. The College of Winterhold, scholars and mages seeking knowledge, dangerous but not manipulative at all. The Dark Brotherhood, assassins who kill for contracts, terrifying but straightforward in their purpose. The Thieves Guild, they don't just steal, they dominate. Their crime is systematic, their corruption total, and their power hidden behind noble facades. It is this difference, the blending of crime with politics, and the ability to make corruption invisible, that earns them their title.